All right, a lot of excitement in the air, opportunity to host a tremendous team at home on Sunday. That'll be a great challenge that we look forward to, but we have to take care of the preparation first. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders. Their O-line is a great O-line. They paved the way for Zeke and Morris. Dak is doing a fine job leading the troops. Dez, Witten, and Beasley have all developed chemistry with Dak since the last time we've seen them. The defense is playing very fast and aggressive, like they always do. They do a great job hunting the ball carrier. Lawrence has given them a nice boost, along with the Crawfords, and Collins is really playing well as a three technique for him. Lee and Jones have paired to be a great tandem in coverage at the linebacker and safety spots, and Jones and Bailey are always weapons in the kicking game. With that, we'll open it up.
Coach, you mentioned Prescott's chemistry now with Beasley and Bryant. When you watch the game film, what's been the biggest change other than that since week one for the Dallas Cowboys?
You know, they do a nice job, obviously, running the football. That's where everything starts for them. They set up the long ball off of it, but just getting Dez back healthy has really helped them. It took a little while to get some chemistry going there, but they've done a nice job getting on the same page.
Ben, how would you characterize the loss of Pierre-Paul?
You know, we wish JPP the best in a speedy recovery, and we'll use all hands on deck approach to fill his shoes. It won't be easy to do, but we have confidence in the players in the room.
Obviously, it's disappointing news, and you're coming off a loss. How do you help lift the team's spirits a little bit this week?
Again, we're focused on our preparation for Dallas. We wish JPP a speedy recovery, but we have to move on.
Do you have guys that can adequately fill his hole, the hole that he leaves in the roster?
You can't expect one person to jump in there and fill his shoes. He's a very talented player. We'll use all hands on deck.
What have you seen from Romeo Okwara, the guy that played more in his place the other day? What did you see the other day into the season?
Yeah, you know, Romeo is a young, conscientious player. He's worked very hard to get to where he is. Has good pedigree coming out of a good school, and he's learned the techniques that are required to play the position.
Any idea if overuse could have been a factor, or was it just something happened in the injury?
Nothing leans that way, no.
Ben, yesterday, you knew that JPP was going down to get another opinion. Did it take you a little bit off guard that he was going to need surgery? Did you kind of thinking and hoping that he would just be able to rehab this?
No, you always prepare for the possible outcomes.
Is 4 to 6 accurate? Could he return if you guys make it that far in the playoffs?
Yeah, you know what? We're just going to support JPP any way we can. The sooner he gets back, and whenever he can make it back, the better. We'll support him any way we can, and whenever he's ready to go, we'll be ready for him.
Do you plan on putting him on injured reserve?
It's too early to tell. We're going to monitor. He just got out of surgery a little bit ago, and see how he feels, see how he progresses.
Your defense have to drastically change a lot?
No.
Ben, how much of the second half struggles against the run were due to his absence?
I think it was a combination of things. I don't think you can point to one particular position and say that's the reason for it. Well, he's a complete player. He has good hands, so you have to be prepared for that. He's good in the screen game. He has a nice feel for the seams and staying in phase there. So we have to be ready for that. He took one to the house versus Pittsburgh. He's a big back that runs behind his pads, so it's hard to get a good, clean shot on him. And he's a load. I mean, he's a big young man and runs with a lot of energy.
As someone who spent a lot of time around quarterbacks, what do you think has been the key factor to allow Dak Prescott to succeed immediately in the NFL?
You know what? He seems. First thing I really notice about him is it's not too big for him. He's been a winner. That's one thing that we noticed when we first played him early in the season. His background is he's a winner, and doesn't seem too big for him, and he plays with pretty good poise.
How different did Dak and Zeke look at this point? That was their first career game now.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't have a ton of tape of them in this league going into that game, obviously, but they've progressed nicely. They don't seem to be rookies who've hit a wall by any stretch of the imagination.
How much can teams change over a 13-week period? Both you guys and just in general.
I think you develop as the season goes on. You have a chance to harden your team. I think we're both two different teams.
What's your takeaway with conversation with Cruz yesterday?
That'll stay between Victor and myself.
Do you think you need to do anything to get him more involved?
That'll stay between Victor and myself.
Ben, what does your offense have to do in a one-week period to improve from Sunday's outing till Sunday night's game?
Put our head down and keep on working. We can talk all we want. Talking's not going to get anything done.
Do you feel like you have to change some things, though?
Possibly.
Does Jason's absence put more burden on the offense to carry this team?
No, the offense, again, everyone needs to put their head down, get to work, and get a little bit better this week.
Ben, you mentioned...
You and how close is he to maybe possibly returning?
He was limited today.
Is he making improvement though?
Yes. He's progressing.
Ben, you mentioned the other day about Eric Flowers and, his hand placement and some, technical things. I mean, this has been he's a young player, but this has been some ongoing things. Is he getting better at it? And how drastic is it, some of these issues he's having?
Well, it's, as we all know, it's tough to develop linemen in this league, and it takes time. And it's a fundamental issue that he's working hard to fix, and keeping his elbows tight, and that helps keep your hands down and keep your hands tight, and it's something that we're working on.
And when Eric Flowers is like 4 different reports next to him, how much of that has maybe affected him, not just in terms of the technique, but in terms of timing and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're fortunate to have 4 guys be able to go in there and give us a chance to win ball games. I'm sure it hasn't made it easier, for Eric, but that's part of it in this league.
Ben, as you prepare for Sunday, does the game plan include Shane Vereen?
There's a chance we could have a package for Shane if he's ready to go. If not, then there won't be.
What do you anticipate knowing?
We have a practice Saturday, so there's a chance on Saturday we could make a decision.
Ben, are there any structural things, just roster-wise, in the running game, limitations, no back, limited tight end participation in blocking, that hamstring thing a little bit?
We have some young tight ends that we're working to develop, and they're making progress.
How willing are you to use Devon Kennard as a defensive end more, maybe when JPP's absence?
We're gonna use all hands on deck approach to fill his shoes.
But how can you improve, or how can your defense's second level improve its tackling and pursuit? I mean, I know Bell is a heck of a back, but just like the linebackers in the pursuit of the ball in space, how do you improve that?
We just need to keep on working at it. We took steps today, and we'll take steps tomorrow.
Just to clarify what you said Saturday, does that mean it's coaching staff decision now, whether it's a pass or medical team?
No, it's a medical decision.
Then does Obi doesn't know, does he have to take on anything else, anything more with James Brown?
Like the entire 53, everyone needs to focus on doing their job. If they try to do too much, that puts everyone else in a bind.
You still planning on having them in pads tomorrow?
There's a good possibility, yes.